All right. So during the property boom, everyone jumped into investment. How to flip houses, how to make quick money. It's all about luck, to be honest with you guys. Who goes in and who gets out. It's all about the right timing. But let's talk about those who are in this category. Maybe, 20 years ago or 25 years ago, 30 years ago, or if you passed down by your family members, you paid off debt. And when the property boom, you get to choose. You get to make more money by buying more property, or you stay in your house and wait and see. Now today, the real winner, it's ups and down. All right. Many people who bought more property, uh, as their cost of living, council rate, utility bills goes up. Of course, as we age, we tend to not to work long, many hours, right? So you have that. That's why you have an option where your weekly earnings, when you have high expenditure, you have two outcomes. It's either you be a sheep and like everyone else, take a risk and take on, a loan and buy more property and refinance and refinance and refinance and buy another property, or do two properties, refinance and use that money and hope for a right time to sell this house. Or and as well you sustain your daily living expenses as well, and as well probably buy Mercedes or things whatever you want. It was a temptation on the property boom era, or those who doesn't have their first house, which can be not paid off, being passed on by family or whatsoever. Many people in a property boom, like in this picture, you're making good money, you're making good investment. But if you look one by one, the rental, you have to cover the loss. And this is where negative gearing comes in. But does it really work out really that well? How long will it sustain? You hold on this property, every month it goes up and up and up. And you're hoping one day you'll sell the house at the time that you think is the best time to sell. Now this is a real story. I got a family member who has a house and paid off and didn't brought any investment. I got the other family who bought 5 houses with over $6 million debt. Who's the real winner? The one that's paid off, or the other one has investment, 5 investment property? The difference is this. This is a real story. Okay? So please pay attention. The one who did 5 properties, he was making killing money. Property keeps going up. He bought the property at the peakest time. Property goes up. But he sat there and waited. When Australia banks, RBA has banned foreign buyers, loans, and banned foreign loans, and as well, China has restricted the outflow of cash. It tumbles. It gave a property market a heart attack, where many houses on decline. Many investors are pretty much a night owl. Couldn't sleep at night. Maybe a bit of sleeping pills, asking financial counselor, blah blah X Y Z. There's no real winner. You see, you rented 5 houses it cannot cover the mortgage repayment. You still have to fork out a bit of money, left, right, and center. Where the media wanting you to buy as much as you can, chase your Australia dream. And these two sides, the one who has one house, who refinance or take a personal loan because the daily expenses just keep skyrocketing to order to stay a humble lifestyle. Or on the other hand, you have 5 houses. But what they did, little did they know, when the economy goes down and they hit the recession, but nobody's spending money and shrunk, jobs, business close to close down or not making profits, etc. There's a job loss, job shortage, where people are not spending as what they prefer to be. So you have two stories. One with one house, one with 5 houses. The one with one house, at least he could sleep properly. The one with 5 houses couldn't sleep every single night. There's a difference between these two households. And this is the saddest reality as it hits. If that person who owns one house and sold that house and go back to his country, he'll live a pretty good life or retirement, travel around the world. Still happy, but still got money left over. Now you talk about pensions. Well, if you've got money in your bank account, it's no more. You can't get pensions. Now, I've seen these two type of families, how they survive. And it's painful to see. They never thought Australia would hit like this. But it's already too late. The moral of the story is, if you try to do investment, know what you're doing. I'm not saying it's the best move, but there's a lot of people make money and lots of people got burnt as well. It's sort of like playing a poker cards. You can win, you can lose, but you never know. You can bluff, but the system allows you to bluff to the certain stage. You can hold in your property and go through all that stress until one day you realize this is the best time to do it. Investment is the hardest. You see, if that family sold 5 of their houses before it comes in, they made little money. Because you have to calculate this or make no money. You're pretty much getting back the money that you're yearly paying interest. You get that money back. Just cause that person, or for what I'm saying is that, for example, I bought a house and I sold the house next 2 years. Maybe the house has increased probably 100,000. And we're talking about maybe $1 million house. Technically, you only earn 50,000 from the house, because the other 50,000, that's pretty much your weekly repayment. If you times by 1,000 per week, 52 weeks, 5,200. Sorry, 52,000. That's painful. And that's the lowest of the interest rate. It's not the highest. So yeah, it's playing your cards right. You got to play your cards right. If you don't play your cards right, you go all bust. And everyone took the gamble because it's a lot more safer than playing shares. You can't predict shares. Shares is hard to understand. I don't even understand. I want to learn it. I want to learn cryptocurrency as well. It's hard to understand. But house is easy. There's large flow of migrants, millionaire visas, Chinese investors, they flood with money to the door. But now it's being controlled, it's being capped. What there is to do? You run. You can't even run. You're under 30 or 35 years contract with the bank. And people who got burnt, they got burnt really hard. And that's a real story. But me, where am I fitting the two family? I ran away and I live by myself in this little room and I find myself a lot more happier. I would have become one of these family, but it's all right to stay little.